this video review, we're going to take a look at Motu Masterverse Battle Armor He-Man. So let's examine the contents of our purchase. So we have the action figure, we have the power sword, the battle axe, the shield, an alternate change of chest plate, a battle damage chest plate, alternate change of hands, and we also have the knife, which is already attached to the boot of the action figure, or the knife sheath on the boot. Okay, so I understand that there are also armor pieces that could be taken off on this action figure. So let's take this figure out of packaging. So let's take a look at unbattle damaged He-Man. So the sword actually is just wedged between the back armor and the shield. There is no weapon storage for the power sword. So let's do a change of battle chest plate. Okay, so we just are going to do a change in battle chest plate. So to change the chest plate, there are two tabs on this corner of the shoulder. So those two tabs, so just yank on those two tabs and the front plate is going to release. And somehow this plate is just tabbed in on these two front sections this way. So it's actually just easy to pop off once you take this piece off. So you just take it off, have a change in armor. So unlike the first version that we had in the 80s, wherein you just change the armor to the battle damage one by just flipping it, with this you literally have to take off the body armor of the action figure, and snapping it back in is nice and easy. So there you go. Now He-Man has a change of look for a battle damage version, which matches the scar on his face. So with the interchange of chest plate, we have battle damage version of He-Man. So this is how the figure looks with that battle damage chest plate on, and of course with a change of weapon. And let's just put the axe aside. Okay, so the shield attaches to the forearm through a peg system, and the shield also stores on the back of the action figure through a peg system. Now with regards to preference, it's going to be according to what the action figure collector likes. But somehow I thought at first that I was going to hate that peg system because I cannot position that shield according to the way that I like it, compared to the first version or Masterverse version shield, wherein it was a strap system. This is a peg system, but somehow it works. So instead of having this on a vertical position, I would rather have the pointed end of the shield this way, so He-Man could use it still as a striking weapon. So aside from deflecting blows from a sword or an axe, he could also strike with that pointed edge. The forearm guard on this action figure actually is not removable, so that is fixed onto the action figure. So I tried hitting this up and yanking that forearm guard off, but it won't come off the forearm of the action figure. So I think it is glued in place or is pegged in place. So instead of ruining an action figure, let's just retain that, or possibly if you have another Masterverse action figure on board, you could hit up this section, take off that section, and change it with a more neutral looking forearm like this, and you could use the first version Masterverse shield on this action figure. So armor pieces could also be taken off these action figures. So the Shoulder guard could also be taken off. Just easy. And the thigh guard or the waist guard could also be taken off. Very easy. So let's do a 360 view of the action figure with bare essential armor, just chest protection. So let's put the sword on the action figure. So just the sword. Of course, He-Man won't be He-Man without the power sword. Okay, so this is how the action figure looks without additional armor pieces or the shield. So this action figure sports standard Masterverse points of articulation, but we're just going to concentrate on this section of the battle armor. Now, compared to the other Masterverse action figures wherein the chest armor are snapped in pieces, which somehow impedes articulation points of the action figure, the armor on this He-Man action figure, so the gray or the silver parts, are actually the body part of the figure. Now, if you think that the chest place is going to hinder articulation point, there is enough articulation point on the chest. So even if this piece is a separating piece wherein you could change the breastplate, we have enough articulation points for posability. And I thought that this section was shut off, so I just subjected this to a little bit of high heat hair dryer time, and it is now pliable, so I could turn that waist sideways as I wish. So let's take a look at the accessories that comes with this action figure. So these are all of the accessories that comes with the action figure. Let's start with the important power sword. He-Man won't be He-Man without the power sword. So it's just going to be with other He-Man action figures, it's just going to be the difference in the color of the weapon wrapping or the handle. So as compared to the Viking He-Man, so the handle cover or wrapping is just going to be darker. Okay, so let's move on to the battle axe. Same battle axe actually, but this is a colored hand cover compared to the Viking He-Man wherein it is just straight out gray, so it was not painted. So boot knife, quality is nice, blade is perfectly painted. So compared to the Viking He-Man wherein we have some molding issues on the knife, and that is the difference in color. So the armored He-Man is going to be darker, the blade and the handle of course. Okay, so let's take a look at the shield. So this is the close-up details on the shield. So this is the back of the shield. So this is the peg that connects to the back armor and the forearm guard. So we have the waist protector or waist armor, connection point, details on the side, and the last piece is going to be the shoulder armor. So this is something that we already saw with the Man-at-Arms version 2 or the deluxe Man-at-Arms version 2. I think that this waist armor piece best suits this Viking He-Man action figure with the inclusion of the Man-at-Arms cape, and of course Viking, it's just cool that he's going to wield dual axes. And since this action figure has an alternate head unit, that is the head unit that I would want with my battle armored He-Man. So just this simple, no more additional armor pieces like this, just this. So shield, power sword, boot knife. I think that already works for this action figure. So if you like this review, like, comment, and subscribe to help me grow my channel. And see you on the next action figure or custom action figure review.